Hello everyone, and welcome again to another lesson of the HTML series. And in this particular lesson we are going to take a closer look at the semantic layout tags. The semantic layout tags are the tags that have some meaning in the browser. Please note, these semantic tags, they describe the purpose of the content inside them instead of deciding or defining how this content should be displayed. The semantic tags are not like the other tags which tells the browser how to display the content. The semantic tags do not tell the browser how to display content, rather they give some meaning to the browser. And some of the importance of semantic layout tags include they help the browsers to render the content correctly. They also help the search engine optimization. And the third importance is that they help with assistive technologies such as the screen reader for accessibility. Some of the examples of the semantic tags include the head tag, the header, which represents the introductory content or the navigation for the page. The nav might specify the navigation links. The main tag is used to specify the main content within the body. A section tag can be used to group a related content together, for example, the topics or sections of the page. The aside tag is used for side content related to the main content. For example, we could have the sidebars for running our ads or sidebars for related links. Another example could be the footer. So the footer tag is used to represent the content that appears at the bottom of the page. And this content could include the contact information, the copyright information, and the links, navigation links again. Another semantic tag is the article tag, and this tag is used to represent independent or self-contained contents. For example, you are quoting from another post or you are quoting from another blog. A better analogy to understand this is I want us to look at this website right here. And when you look at this website, you could say that it is divided into different sections. So we could say we have the header, which has this background color of blue and some of the navigation links. Then inside we have the main content, which is all over this main content here. And then within the main content, we have again divided it into sections so that we have the first section, which represents this background with the blue color. Then next section is this that represents this cards, and the other section is the one that represents the list of courses. And then at the bottom here, we could even have another section here, which is about this, and this other section about the reviews. And then at the bottom, we have the footer information, which has the contact information and the copyright information. So you can see that in this single page, we have divided it into several parts. And to enable the search engine to even render this page better and the browsers to render this page better, we need to use these semantic tags. So we could define footer and we put this content within the footer tag. So now allow me go back to the Visual Studio, and I'm going to create a new page. And the way to create a new page is to click on this new file, and I'm going to call it a semantic page.html. And so I'm going to write the normal root HTML code, and then within here we are having the head, and then of course we can have the title, and then below the head we're going to have the body, and the body represents this content that is visible right here. But now we want to use the semantics so that it can be able to help us achieve these advantages right here. So you can see in my previous HTML pages that I've written, I've not made use of any semantic tags. And now in this case, within the body, I want to define the header section, and I'm going to use the header tag. And now within the header tag, I can put whatever heading that I want to put. Again, I can say this is the heading, this is the top content, and then again I can come below here and I can define the main body, and within the main I can add a section, and I'm going to say this is section 1 of the page, and I could go on and add even another section and say this is section 2 of the page. And then now outside of the body, maybe say I want to add the footer, so the best way to do it is to add the footer, and then within the footer you can put your HTML normal tags to define the content that will go in the footer. So let me for now just say add one paragraph saying this is footer content, and therefore with the help of these semantic tags it will help us to achieve these advantages, these three advantages, more especially assistive technologies and search engine optimization. Because when you are building your website, you want to be able, it is search engine optimized so that it can be visible to the users online, and therefore it's always good to use these semantic tags. So within the semantic tags you can then add your normal HTML tags and add your normal CSS styling. So with that said, I want to pause this lesson here, and then we meet in the next content where we talk about responsive web design. Otherwise, thank you for joining this lesson, and see you in the next content.